Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Let me spend a minute to say thank you to all who came to join with Regina and I to name, baptize Christian and church a son, Ethan Beresford Kuku Osaberi Mahus yesterday. Thank you to all of you, Brighter Pierre, Robert Coleman, Bolare, Roland Walker, everybody who made time to join us, a church people, family and friends. We're grateful that you could join us. And I know that because it was a weekday, most of you couldn't come. But thank you very much indeed for your kind thoughts as well. Nana Say, Aldako of the Green Republic, everybody, thank you so much. Now, this morning, I also want to thank our affiliates and to remind you that if you have not yet connected with us on the Gobe Festival, it's happening on the 16th of March 2024 at the Accra Mall Park. Yeah, 2024. The Tetikashin interchange. You have to be there. Please call 053 1100927, 053 1100927, and 053 2200927. You can sell whatever it is that you have to sell, which is edible and which is also friendly to the human body. So we're selling stuff for children where they can eat popcorn, water, your juices, fresh juices, local bar. If you have a gobe stand yourself, you can come. Aboboy, tatale, all of it. Yes, you should just come through and then make that magical call 053 1100927 and 053 2200927. Join our 3FM Gobe Festival. I also like to say special thanks to the clergy that came yesterday, the Dean of the Cathedral, Dean Lamte, also the Venerable Major Ebenezer Ni Adelaye, also Reverend Father Emmanuel Feni and Reverend Father Banafo for coming out to support. We're grateful and indeed that you supported us yesterday. God bless you. Now, Alexander Afenyo Marking is taking on the big shoes of the Venerable Osei Chairman Sabuns. Many have asked questions about temperament, about the qualification, about his understanding of the rules of parliament, about his understanding of the standing orders. And many have asked the question that at this crucial time, is he the best pair of hands? If you have ever engaged him before personally, and I've had the opportunity to interview him a couple of times, I've had the opportunity to interact with him a couple of times, and I have no doubt in my mind that he would be a very fine leader. There are people who would disagree with some of his methodology, but if you are close to him and you have listened to him over time, you would realize that he sticks with what he wants, and he takes a compromising position just to be able to accommodate other views. So congratulations to MP for Futu, Alexander Kwame Afenyo Marking. This will be a great fit, but it will also be very, very challenging for him, particularly because his opposite number, Dr. Kesel Atuforcing, is not going to be lying down. He's going to be taking it on to a very, very great pinnacle and great height. So Alexander Afenyo Marking, welcome. But your opposite side, I'm sure by now they are planning for you. So you also have to stay awoke and stay focused. Now, yesterday I had a conversation with two individuals who had come to my son's naming. And we're just talking after the event. Of course, it was Lent, so we couldn't have had a party. And the question of a 24-hour economy came up. When we went back and forth, it was finally agreed that, look, all the big countries that we borrow from, whether it is China, it is Germany, whether it's the United States of America, whether it's UK, whether it's India, name them, all those places that we go and borrow money from, the big countries that we borrow money from, even with our Ghana Beyond Aid Kokoti attitude, they run 24-hour economies. And we shamelessly go to them to borrow. So why can't the shameless beggars, as we have become, Why can't we also run a 24-hour economy? Say, hey, he's NDC. Because after we had a conversation, I posted it on social media just to test the waters, because the two individuals I spoke with were also polarized on NDC and MPP lines. Even though the bottom line is that the 24-hour economy is good, because it was coming from the NDC stables, the MPP person who was there said, oh, no. The NDC said, oh, yeah. So I said, oh, let me test this on social media. And the reaction I got was just what I got at the event yesterday. So I asked myself the simple question. Are we so polarized that we don't think about Ghana anymore, that it is just about political interests? On many occasions, I've stood here and said that free SHS is a good thing. The only problem with free SHS, as has been said even by the experts, when I started talking about free SHS being good, most of the experts were quiet. When I started talking about a review, and in most cases was misconstrued as cancellation, most of the experts were quiet. When they decided to speak, they took the position I had taken, even though I'm not an expert in that field, that the implementation as I had seen on the ground was shambolic. So free SHS is good, but the implementation is shambolic. That is a fact that we cannot run away from. And the fact that you say something is good, so if I say free SHS is good, it doesn't make me NPP. No. It makes me a Ghanaian first of all. If Guta says the 24-hour economy is good, it doesn't make Guta NPP, NDC. If IEA says the 24-hour economy is good, it doesn't make them NDC. Because the base of the argument is that the places where we leave to go and borrow, Paris Club, all the people we are begging for a domestic debt exchange and all of balance of whatever it is, all the conversations we're having with the IMF, and the second tranche is still yet to come. All those countries run 24-hour economies. So when you ask yourself, what really is the problem? Then say, oh, define the 24-hour economy. Then I ask myself, is it the 24 hours that there's no understanding for? Because we know there are 24 hours in a day. Or is it the economy that we don't understand? Because now it's become a matter of, oh, ridicule it. But the reality is that if you ask even the economists, if you sit Dr. Baumia in a room privately and ask him about the 24-hour economy, he would extol it. If you listen to the conversations about digitalization and formalizing the economy and all of that, what is it geared towards? What really is it geared towards? It is all in the interest of Ghana. So then you ask yourself the question, are people really interested in Ghana, or they are interested in their political persuasion and ideologies? And how has their personal political persuasion and ideology come to the fore? What is the National Development Planning Commission's position on the 24-hour economy? Because all along, the NDPC has been telling us that we have to find a way to synchronize the political party manifestos into the big national blueprint and all of that. Now, Dr. Baumia is proposing digitalization. John Mahama is proposing a 24-hour economy. Can we put them in a room and have a synchronized plan that syncs with a national dream? Because whatever is being done, whatever will be done with 24-hour economy will be based on how much is borrowed on our behalf or how much we pay in taxes. Whatever will be done via digitalization will be based on our taxes and how much is borrowed on our behalf or how much grants we are able to get. So let's begin to think Ghana. If we had a 24-hour economy, will we have our unemployment rate shooting up with 1.3 million? Will we have it? If we had a 24-hour economy, will you have people always on your neck begging you for money to survive? If we had a 24-hour economy, will we have people going to work? Will we have some more? So we need to be asking those questions and asking us, okay, so how do we get the infrastructure done for a 24-hour economy? How do we get a working transport system for a 24-hour economy? Because you know presently that trotros do not run 24/7. At some point, some stations become ghost towns. So how do we get them to run? How do we get our bus systems to run? How do we get constant electricity? How do we get constant water supply? How do we get constant security? How do we get some of these things? That is how we think. But if you just suddenly go and let's ridicule it because it is not coming from our stables, you are a nation breaker. You are a nation breaker. There are private companies in this country and individuals like Grandpa Clothing. Grandpa Clothing sews 24 hours because it's a personal initiative for them so to do. And so they have also done their personal infrastructure, gotten some more security. They have 3 shifts of people that are running, and they have capital injection and all of that. So if you give him an order and you say you want it tomorrow morning, and you make the order at 8 p.m., by tomorrow morning you are sure that you will get your clothing. So now fashion's that same. That is their personal model of a 24-hour economy. But how do we scale this up to the national level or at the national level? That's the conversation. So if you ridicule it and they think that if you want to make an NDC communicator angry, ask him about 24-hour economy, you have not made sense. I'm sorry, you have not made sense. You must ask questions as to how this is going to help us. How free SHS, everybody talks about it. All the celebrities, actors, actresses, musicians, whatever it is that said, oh, we supported Nanado because of free SHS, because then it was going to keep money in our pockets, because all the children that used to come to us for educational support now can go to school for free, and our pockets are safe. That's how to think. Because they were thinking along those lines, according to them, and that's why they went to support. So the Kwesi Otins, the Calibos, the Dada Half-Coast, all of them, they went to support Nanado because that's what they are saying to us now, that is what informed them. So why would anybody begrudge them? And then anybody will begrudge anybody who says, oh, I also think a 24-hour economy will be good, because if people are working round the clock 24 hours, people will not come and knock on my door and look for a cup of rice or a bowl of banku. It's a simple common sense question that we must all ask. And it doesn't make somebody NDC or MPP if they talk about it. So, for example, show me Kofi Asari's Facebook page.
Johnnie's Vice.
Kofi Asari is with education think tank, Africa Education Watch. Kofi Asari was in this country when Dr. Bawumia had made the claim that you can actually travel with your Ghana card and without a passport. And he put this up. He was typing from Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, Nigeria. Abuja, Nigeria. He says, one of my team members, a frequent traveler, couldn't enplane an Africa World plane this morning to Abuja because he was holding only a Ghana card and his ticket. One of my team members, a frequent traveler, couldn't enplane on an Africa World AWW this morning to Abuja because he was holding only a Ghana card and his ticket. No passport. Next time, don't listen to motivational speakers who tell you you can travel within ECOWAS by air with only your Ghana card. The last time I tried to insist on the right to use Ghana card to enter Banjul in September, they nearly sent me back to Ojakrom, that's Ghana. I was lucky I had my passport on me. NB, apparently my colleague's passport renewal in digital Ghana has taken 5 months. During September's Banjul trip, he had to travel on a TC because his passport renewal wasn't ready. And it is still not ready today. Agro woyenisu dodo. This one, what he faced there, out there, what the gentleman faced out there, and he's putting out his truth on Facebook. Does it make him NDC? Let's think for a minute as Ghanaians. Does this make Kofi Asari NDC? The gentleman in question who was stranded, does it make him NDC? Because his money is gone. The money that he used to buy the plane ticket is gone, and plane ticket is no child joke. It's gone. But our vice president had told us, and we had people in government who had told us. So now the question is, okay, we believed what was told to us. What has changed? That's how to think as a Ghanaian. Because if you really can travel with your Ghana card, it's a good thing. But if you get to the point where you have to use your Ghana card to travel after having paid for everything, and maybe you had a great meeting going to happen on the other side, an investment meeting of a sort, and then you get there and you are refused the opportunity to complain, you must stand asking yourself questions. Most of those people who will come and comment under Kofi Asari's post, come to me, and insult him and tag him and try and put him in political clothing, are people who perhaps may have not traveled at all before. Even a passport, maybe they don't have. But if you have ever traveled outside your country and where you do not know people, right? Because in Ghana, people know people. So, for example, when there's a situation, they make a call, 1, 2, 3, and then somebody makes a call and then it comes to them. But if you have ever traveled outside the shores of Ghana and you are stranded at an airport and you are being detained, or you are detained and you have nobody to call, you will understand the plight of this gentleman who couldn't plane on an AWW plane because he believed that he could use his Ghana card to travel, and now his Ghana card had failed him, and that his passport renewal in digital Ghana had delayed. He still doesn't have his passport. Those are the conversations we need to start having. So, for example, his passport office was working 24 hours a day. Would we have that situation? Because they tell us that you can go online and do your passport application, and in very short time, you can always get your passport within a certain period. People have still applied. You don't have the passports. And we have spoken about passport office here today. We have spoken about it before. So let's start thinking Ghana, please. It's important that we think Ghana. It's not enough of the politicization. It's too much, and these days it's becoming too untidy and dirty. It's becoming too untidy and dirty, and it's drawing us back. We are so quick to put people in political clothing. We are so quick to put people in political clothing. If you have ever traveled outside, you will realize the essence of a 24-hour economy. Because you go to New York, they run a 24-hour economy. The likes of Kofi Ameya, Kofi Tonto, and the rest, when they leave and they come, they go there, they enjoy 24-hour economy. When they come back, they come and fool you that a 24-hour economy is explain it. The people on the campaign team of Dr. Baumia, most of them have traveled outside. If you check their profiles, most of them have schooled outside. They know the essence of a 24-hour economy. But they will come back and come and fool you and tell you that a 24-hour economy is not, we are not ready for it. And you ask yourself, Inti Dabenda. The vice president of the republic himself, the president, they have all traveled outside the country and they have used a 24-hour economy. So you ask yourself, the country, and the basis of my question this morning is this: the countries we borrow from, the countries we are currently begging to agree to give us the second tranche of the IMF loan that we said and swore we will never go to the IMF, which we have not apologized for. Those countries that we go and beg for COVID vaccines, those countries that we go and beg for nearly everything, they are running 24-hour economies. So why not us? Why can we not be the leader? Why can't we run 24-hour economy? Why can't we run it? And if we decide to run a 24-hour economy, will it benefit only NDC people? If we decide to run a 24-hour economy across, will it benefit only NDC people? Or will it benefit everybody? So that somebody decides to run a 24-hour economy, and because of that, we suddenly put the person in a party clothing. Think about it for a moment. I say the people who contract you and send you to go and insult people, when they do, ask them what the scorecard really is. What is wrong with the 24-hour economy? Which is why you are bad-mouthing it. What is wrong with drone for medical delivery? Which is why you are bad-mouthing it. What is wrong with the digitalized economy? Which is why you are bad-mouthing it. We must begin to think as Ghanaians. First of all, think as Ghanaians. And it saddens my heart that it is young people who are used for these things. Most of those people who lead you to do these things or who encourage you backdoor to do these things have spent their lives. I have been on a trail. Let the retirees go and let the young grow. You have a lot of people who are older than Ghana. They have had jobs. Some have become MPs. They have left. They have taken their ex gratia. They have become ministers. They have left. They are taking their ex gratia. They have taken appointments. They have left. They have come back again. They have taken jobs. They have taken consultancy, whatever it is. They have seen it. You go to their houses, and sometimes you feel so incapable even walking on their compound, not their hall or their compound. They give you handouts and they tell you to go and do things. So when will it be your turn for you to also have a dedicated career? I'm not telling you to go and steal. I'm not telling you to go and do 419 or Sakawa. I'm not telling you to engage in corruption. When will you also have your own steady rise and elevation so that you're able to earn something that will bring dignity to you and your family? That's what I'm talking about. And then you are marshaled by people who have hit retirement. And what's the worst part? Their children are not here. Their children are enjoying 24-hour economies outside. Where's the education minister's children? They are enjoying 24-hour economy outside, are they not? The president's children, where did they train? They trained in a 24-hour economy. And that's the question that you need to pause and ask yourself. Think about it. We'll meet tomorrow. Good morning.